All right, let's get this show started.
In today's news, Conor McGregor digs into Kevin Holland after UFC 307. In his fight with Roman Dolidze last night, Holland appeared to break his rib during a scramble at the end of the opening round. Holland was clearly in agony as he made his way back to his corner, prompting his coach, Bob Perez, to throw in the towel. Coach Perez's decision was commended by the UFC commentary team, although Conor McGregor didn't see it the same way. In a since-deleted tweet, he wrote, "Didn't even f***ing try? Nah, that is ridiculous. Go out again and see how it is. It folds up again, then you end it with the towel. Nah, that's not it for me, folks. Holland is a solid veteran. He well should have went out and gave it a shot to see how he was. Wrong move." Kevin Holland and Joaquin Buckley squashed their beef after UFC 307. Prior to the event, both fighters were taking shots at one another during interviews. Holland revealed that he was not staying at the official fighter hotel over concerns that he could run into Buckley, and the two could get into a fight. Now, it seems that the hatchet has been buried as the two had a friendly interaction in a parking lot after UFC 307.
Talk that fucking Wonderboy. Wrestling was a very smart game plan. Yeah, yeah. I talk a lot of shit. I know I do too. I can't call you son no motherfucker boy. If anything, I gotta call you motherfucker me an OG now. Hold on, let me record this so when hey, come on. I'm dead fucking serious. I'm dead serious. Nah, go ahead, Kev. I officially can't call Buckley son no more. If anything, I gotta call this man an OG. He's a veteran of the sport and he's showing everybody how you supposed to be a real mixed martial artist. Good shit. Appreciate that, Kev. Good shit, man. Good shit. No problem. Good job. Can't knock anybody when they do it.
Following his big win over Wonderboy, Buckley called out Kamaru Usman. Later explaining his reasoning for the call-out, Buckley said he could knock Usman out immediately.
I guess what is it about Usman? It's just like former champion, you think that?
Yeah, just a former champion, man. Me being 5-0 in the welterweight division right now, me really kind of putting on the tier. I really feel like at the end of the day, Usman, being a former champion, kind of will prove and submit my name that, you know, I should fight for a title next. I think I can knock out Usman. Yeah, immediately. Yep, immediately.
Like, would you get matched without Askren style?
Yeah. Right. Breaking records.
And here's how Buckley responded to Usman's tweet.
I'm just curious, did you see the tweet that Usman put up?
No, man, what'd he put up?
So he put a couple emojis, which could mean one of two things.
Okay.
He's either flirting with you or using the smug emoji. It depends on how you want to take it.
I don't know how I want to take that, you know. At the end of the day, I'd love to get a date from him. That's what I want. That would be a good response, a date.
Stephen Thompson reacts to his KO defeat at UFC 307. Wonderboy suffered a nasty knockout loss to Joaquin Buckley, marking his second loss in a row. Thompson has now lost 4 out of his last 5 fights. Taking to social media shortly after the event, Wonderboy shared this message with his fans.
What's up, guys? Stephen Wonderboy Thompson here. Just got back to the hotel. Don't even know how I got here. But again, I get knocked out by an overhand. Once by Pettis, either on the cage or off the cage. It is what it is. I want to say thank you to all of my fans. You guys really showed out for me as I walked out there. You guys have shown me so much support over the years, and I really do appreciate it. And I love you.
Dana White comments on atrocious judging at UFC 307. Yesterday's event was full of weird judging calls, with a pair of split decisions and an iffy unanimous decision that may have just as easily favored the losing fighter. Following the event, the UFC CEO admitted that he was not a fan of the judges' scorecards.
What did you make of the Mario Bautista-Jose Aldo fight?
I thought the judging was atrocious tonight. I'll just leave it at that. It was atrocious.
Dana was then asked if he was surprised by the Aldo Bautista decision, where Bautista relied on his wrestling to pick up the win despite not landing a takedown. Meanwhile, the referee also failed to stop stalling during clinches against the fence on multiple occasions.
I always think that the referee should be more active on that, 100%, especially when somebody keeps doing it to stall. And you guys aren't going to let up on this, are you? I guess we'll get into it. I don't know, if you're judging on a guy, whether it's control, if it's this or that, if you're not trying to fight, how do you win the fight, right? And if you're looking at attempted takedowns, well, what about stuffing the takedowns? Just madness. When you can tell that the guy definitely doesn't want to stand and strike and just wants to stall against the fence. Yes, the refs, that's their job. They're supposed to see it. When they see it continually happening and that the guy is not trying to win the fight, then you keep breaking them up.
Alex Pereira reveals the long list of struggles he faced prior to UFC 307. Pereira is still the UFC light heavyweight champion after defeating Roundtree Jr. by TKO in the 4th round. The victory was Pereira's third successful defense since winning his second title, with the Brazilian now boasting a record of 9 wins and 1 defeat in the UFC. What was less known until now is that Pereira fought Roundtree with multiple challenges that went on behind the scenes. During the UFC 307 post-fight press conference, Alex revealed that he hurt his ribs, got sick, and had to take antibiotics prior to the fight. In addition, Alex faced energy-consuming passport trouble, as well as his UFC 303 injury returning during this fight camp.
Sinceramente, eu tenho muito orgulho de mim hoje.
Yeah, the fight was really tough, but only my team really knows how tough this camp was. I went through a lot of stuff that nobody really knows about. So I was in Brazil about over a month ago. I had some problems with my visa. I was going over to the consulate every single day trying to see if my passport was ready to be picked up. Finally made it back to the US. Spent about a week in Connecticut. Been here for 3 weeks. In that meantime, I was on antibiotics. I had a fever, I had a bad throat, and a lot of things happened. Also going back, when I was in Brazil, I hurt my rib. It was an injury that I had about a year ago, and it came back. So that was also something that I was dealing with. And then when I came here, my throat was still bad. Went to the doctor, had another round of antibiotics. I even recorded a video at the time that, I say in the video that I would show it if I won. So we can put that out at some point, but I went through a lot, and also the ligament in my toe that was hurt for UFC 300 that came back. So there was a lot of things that I went through in this camp, and it was a tough fight, but it was a tough lead up to this fight, and I actually feel really proud of myself at this moment.
The MMA community goes off on Jamahal Hill. After Alex Pereira's impressive TKO victory over Khalil Roundtree Jr., Jamahal Hill, who attended the event, was seen yawning as the cameras focused on him right after the fight. But fans were quick to comment on Hill's reaction, with one fan writing, "Is he yawning because he just woke up? Acting like he actually put up a fight. This guy is L rage bait in real life. We respect Khalil over Hill, but still has CTE from his KO loss. He thinks they haven't fought yet." Hill acting like he wasn't Pereira's easiest fight yet. That's why he lost in round 1 by KO. Guys, go easy on him. He's still sleeping from UFC 300. Khalil would flatline this clown too. He couldn't do 1% of what Khalil did, right when you think he couldn't become any more unlikable. Alex Pereira also responded in witty fashion. Check this.
Alex, Jamahal Hill was seen yawning after the fight. Looks like he's implying that the fight was boring. I'm just curious if you can respond to that.
Tem vídeo do Jamahal Hill bocejando depois da luta, como se dizendo que a luta foi chata. O que você acha?
Quem? Eu não entendi.
O Jamahal Hill tem vídeo dele aqui na arena, tipo, bocejando, como se a luta fosse chata.
Tá bom. Pior que é mesmo. Acho que ele acabou de acordar do 300.
Yeah, maybe he just woke up from UFC 300.
Nina, Drama, and MMA Guru continue to go back and forth. Nina recently went off on the MMA Guru over his comments aimed at journalist Amy Kaplan. Guru then released a video responding to Nina's comments. Yesterday, Nina posted a response. Check this.
This video is for you, Noel. Baby, I didn't call you evil. I called you vile. And an excrement stain on society. That's what I called you. Because that's what you are. And all of the negative comments and all of that I'm getting on my page right now, thank you, because it only drives engagement to my page, but you know how that works, because that's your whole MO, isn't it? And that's your target audience. Negative, angsty, teenage boys, 13, 14, 15-year-olds, that's who's coming to your defense right now. Lastly, before I forget, you are a literal prostitute. You get on your knees and you beg for $5 all the time. Don't be shy, we see you do it. I don't have to beg. I'm also a playmate, yes, but I've never gotten on my knees or spread my legs for anyone, and I know that's a huge shocker to you, and I think that's what you hate the most, is that I have all of this success and I've done it through actual hard work, and let's not forget, I have some great assets too, and I do use those, and I don't shy away from it, and I don't ever deny it either. But I would like to say that maybe using my assets is a more positive way to market myself than being a human piece of shit.
Guru replied with, "You got cooked and now you got ratioed." Followed up with, "So I'm a vile excrement and stain on society? Cool. You know for a fact that John Jones beat up on his wife. What does that make him? Someone you love? Or are you just another UFC shill realizing I'm the only threat to the official narrative? You gonna call out Jones? Fat granny?" Julianna Pena wants a third fight against Amanda Nunes. Pena is once again the UFC Women's Bantamweight Champion following a razor-close split decision win over Raquel Pennington at UFC 307, which many think Pena actually lost. Speaking during the UFC 307 post-fight presser, the recrowned champion made her case for a trilogy bout against Amanda Nunes, whom she was actually supposed to fight back at UFC 289, where unfortunately she broke some ribs in training camp, forcing her out of the bout. She was replaced by Irene Aldana. Now, Pena wants that opportunity back, beckoning Nunes out of retirement.
When I saw Amanda retire that day in Canada, I was sitting cage side and I was booing. And it was because I didn't believe that she was truly done. And then you hear Dana White saying, you know, I think she retired too early. And then you watch her, you know, and I feel like she's just twiddling her thumbs wondering, what is my identity? What am I doing? I'm bored. Like, who am I if I'm not, you know, fighting in the UFC? So there's an air that I feel that she misses the sport, that she's looking to, you know, find something that's going to, you know, make her want to come back. Kayla never mentioned her name when she beat Holly Holm, and she sure is not mentioning her name now. None of the other girls were mentioning Amanda's name that they considered the greatest of all time, yet I was, and I never shied away from that, and I still am, because I truly do not believe that she's done. I think she retired too early. I think that she's looking for something to do, and, you know, that to me is the biggest fight in women's mixed martial arts history, because we're 1-1. My fight against her the first time was so dominant I made her tap. Our second fight, I ran out of time. I lost a decision handedly, fine, no problem. But it would be nice to put it to bed once and for all and get that trilogy fight that I feel that she ran away from.
It's time for today's top memes. Third place was posted by Professional Kick. Second place meme was posted by X1 Phoner. The top pick was posted by DeRosco. Thanks for watching. If you like the content, smash that like button and don't forget to subscribe to stay in the talk.